Welcome back to the Kyle Olson Show. Gretchen Whitmer told us we just need to vote for Joe Biden and the virus will be taken care of. Well, at some point the scrutiny needs to be on her. She's been issuing edict after edict. Wear masks, social distancing, small crowds, all of that. We're looking at record numbers. What's she going to do? Demand we wear 2 masks? And at what point is someone going to question whether what she's doing is working? Governor Whitmer addressed her subjects on Thursday. Here's a portion of what she said.
But we cannot afford for people to head to a family member, friend, or loved one's house for Thanksgiving, contract the virus, and bring it back to their communities and their homes. The more people we have in our homes, talking and eating, drinking, hugging, yelling at the lions, the higher the risk of catching or spreading this virus.
I guess the quip apparently about yelling at the lions was her attempt at humor, but nobody's laughing. I know I'm not. I mean, the Lions are 3-5. Haven't people checked out already? She was standing in front of a monitor that read, quote, medical experts across the country have strongly recommended that we do not host Thanksgiving with people from outside of our households. In Chicago, a new stay-at-home order will go into effect. This is from Fox 32. At 6 a.m. on Monday, November 16th, and comes just 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, one of the busiest travel days of the year. Chicago residents are being advised to only leave their homes to go to work, school, or for essential needs such as seeking medical care, going to the grocery store or pharmacy, picking up food, or receiving deliveries. In addition to the stay-at-home advisory, the city is also imposing new restrictions to limit meetings and social events, both indoor and outdoor, to 10 people. The capacity limit applies to events including weddings, birthday parties, business and social functions, and funerals. And it applies to any venue where a meeting or social event may take place. Conveniently not mentioned are protests or political celebrations in the street. We'll get to that in a second. Lightfoot also strongly urged Chicago residents to cancel their Thanksgiving celebrations and avoid traveling if possible. Just a couple days ago, Lori Lightfoot addressed a crowd of Joe Biden supporters in the street. Well, Lori Lightfoot was asked about that on MSNBC on Friday, and here's what she said.
Go ahead.
One of the reasons people feel frustrated or skeptical is they're getting a lot of mixed messages. What do you say to those who are criticizing you, where less than a week ago you went out and stood before a massive crowd who was celebrating Joe Biden's victory, and now you're saying your city has to shut down? How do you have one and not the other?
Well, look, I think that we've been saying all along, everybody has to take care, everybody has to take precaution. I will tell you, in that big crowd a week ago, everybody was wearing masks. You can see the shot here.
Stop right there. You can't see that because this is radio, but Lori Lightfoot says everybody is wearing masks except she's not. Keep going.
Mask compliance in our city is actually up very, very high. But yes, there are times when we actually do need to have a relief and come together. And I felt like that was one of those times. That crowd was gathered whether I was there or not.
So if you need a little relief, a little hypocrisy by the person in charge is okay, apparently. California is attempting to regulate how you celebrate with your family and friends. Here's CBS Los Angeles.
California just released its new rules for social distancing, prohibiting gatherings of more than 3 households at any time. Under the document from the California Department of Public Health, singing, chanting, and shouting at outdoor gatherings are, quote, strongly discouraged due to the higher risk of COVID-19 transmission. All private gatherings must limit attendees and are required to be held outside. Hosts are asked to collect names and contact information of all attendees, and multiple gatherings of 3 households are not allowed in the same public park or outdoor space at the same time. They say those gatherings should be limited to 2 hours or less. Katie Johnston for CBS LA.
Here's some of their demands. This is from Deseret News. Gatherings cannot have people from more than 3 households. This includes anyone who is present at the gatherings. Keep the households you spend time with stable. Don't mix into multiple gatherings. The House should collect names and contact information of attendees for contact tracing. All gatherings must be held outside, but people can go inside to use the bathroom. Oh, that's a relief. They haven't ordered Californians to dig a hole in the ground behind the grill yet. Gatherings may occur in outdoor spaces that are covered by umbrellas, canopies, awnings, roofs, and other shade structures, provided that at least 3 sides of the space, or 75%, are open to the outdoors. Yes, this is real. These are real orders from the state of California, and they're not done. Gatherings of more than 3 households can happen at a park or outdoor space. Oh, thank you. Thank you, dear leader. Don't attend a gathering if you feel sick. That one should go without saying, but we're in 2020, I guess. Keep physical distance from others and practice hand hygiene. Wear a mask when you can stop COVID-19 from spreading. I'm not sure what that means, but that's one of their orders. Gatherings should only be 2 hours or less, because we all know after 120 minutes, it just multiplies and is totally out of control. Singing, chanting, and shouting are strongly discouraged. Those who participate in those activities should wear masks. So Michiganders, if you're going to yell about the Detroit Lions, help Gretchen Whitmer out. Just wear a mask. Celebrities, who apparently are the only people who have voices in California and work to elect all these progressives, creating all these rules, have vowed to ignore the orders and see whomever they damn well please. Breitbart News reports the CDC is jumping into the lecturing act too. Quote, celebrating virtually or with members of your own household who are consistently taking measures to reduce the spread of COVID-19 poses the lowest risk for spread. Yes, eat your meal over Zoom. That's a low-risk activity. The CDC announced in a new list of recommendations for celebrating Thanksgiving in 2020, the guidance suggests Americans schedule a time to share a meal together virtually over a computer rather than invite people to their homes. Quote, have people share recipes and show their turkey, dressing, or other dishes they prepared, the list recommends. The guidance also encourages Americans to stay home, watch sports and movies, or, quote, find a fun game to play. Another option is to leave a meal on the front porch of a neighbor or a loved one rather than meet them for the holiday. If Americans do risk hosting an in-person meal with people outside of their household, the CDC recommends it be held outdoors or inside with the windows open. We're in Michigan. What is the temperature supposed to be? Like 45 degrees? One illustration features 3 people celebrating Thanksgiving by standing 6 feet apart outside and wearing masks in front of a fire pit. If, quote, if celebrating indoors, make sure to open windows, the CDC guidance reads. The CDC advises all guests attending a Thanksgiving dinner wear a mask with 2 layers and remain 6 feet apart from anyone who does not live in the household. Is this America now? We're going to have our dear leaders telling us what we can and cannot do in our homes, how we're celebrating holidays and traditions. Not me. Are you going to do that? This is the Kyle Olson Show.